What's up, man? What's good? What's good, everybody? This is DC Day. I am Reno Noir. This is the sixth element of hip hop, and I have with me today a super DC expert, my co-host Spade Anomics, right there. What's good, Spade?
What's going on, bro?
How you feeling today?
Oh man, feeling good, man. DC Day, DC today, DC Saturday.
That's what it is. Got my Batman, classic Batman on.
Look at that. That's awesome. Yeah, I
That's
had to
right. He got
represent.
soups on there. That's what's up. Angelo Bolanos in the building said, "Finally, DC Day." Yeah, man. We somebody asked me one day, they said, "Why do you hate DC?" And I was like, "What?" I said, "No, man, I got a whole short box full of DC comics. I'm going through showing him all these stuff, and it's like 90% Batman." And he's like, "Yeah, but that's Batman. Like everybody, but y'all never talk about DC, besides Batman." And I said, "Well, you might have something there." So
Mhm.
I said, I don't like that because I do like DC. It's just Marvel was just the one that I got into as a kid, and that's kind of just how it goes. The one you start off is the
Yep.
one that's the one you stick with. But DC, man, is awesome. They got a lot of great stuff, and I wanted to celebrate that, but also teach people about it, but also learn about it myself because, like I said, I was into Marvel my whole life. So not because I didn't like DC, because Batman was one of the things that got me into comics in the first place.
Hmm.
But again, that's Batman, and I we all grew up as a little kid watching Superman from 1978 on. Yeah, Superman like one, two, three, four, and those were great movies. And those were the first like comic book movies that were good.
Hmm.
And Batman 89, Michael Keaton
That
blew it out
changed
of
the
the water,
game, man.
changed the game. That was a phenomenal movie, man. I remember that summer thinking, man, this will never happen again. Like I thought, because it just seemed like that summer, the movies that came out, that's it right there, man. And then the movies that came out that summer, it was just a huge, that was like my first big blockbuster movie summer, and it was all Batman. And I mean, after that movie, bro, everybody had the Batman logo T-shirts, the
Oh
hats.
yeah.
You saw them everywhere. Everybody was Batman, Batman. I mean, that really did change the game, like you said. And then we had Batman Returns, which was crazy dope. Michelle Pfeiffer, Danny DeVito, Christopher Walken, classic. I mean, just another great movie. And then we had, what was it, Val Kilmer or George Clooney? Who came
It was
next? I
Val
don't even
Kilmer in Batman and Robin and George Clooney in Batman
Forever.
Ever.
I think
I'm
so.
like,
Yeah.
I expunged them last two from my memory because they just weren't Batman movies to me.
Yeah,
And
they weren't great.
nah, and going back to what you said about the original, the 1989 one, man, I had a picture when I was about like in fifth grade or so. I guess we were probably about 10 years old, 10, 11. And they had the Batman emblem. And even had the Batman Converse tennis shoes.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was Batman down for picture day that day. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a big Superman fan, but I'm like, I always show love and show respect for Batman. They're the world's finest. I'm like, what better pair for DC to have is your 1-2 combo? It's
Right.
like you get Superman came along 1938, and he did such a great hit that DC were asking people like, hey, can y'all make another hero this time, kind of like this, but not like this? And Bill Finger and Bob Kane got together, and boom, there came Batman, and he was a hit.
Yeah.
Then that spawned a whole wave of heroes, especially for the DC line. But yeah, man, those I did kind of expunge them last two Batman movies from memory because one, they weren't Tim Burton, it was Joel Schumacher, and I was
Yeah.
just like, yeah, this nah.
He
This
didn't quite capture that what Tim Burton and them got. And
mm-mm.
Tim Burton, they actually didn't want him to do he thought he was gonna do the next movie. He had
Hmm.
all planned out. Him and Michael Keaton were talking
Yep.
about it. They had it all planned. They were gonna do the next Batman, the 3rd Batman movie, and, he said that, he went to a meeting with, what I don't know, Warner Brothers, I forget who's the big studio,
Warner, I believe it
and
was.
they yeah, he said that they sat him that they were sitting in a
Yeah.
meeting. He said that they kept hitting him off with, like, "You don't really wanna do Batman again," like, like, hinting at him, and he was like, I thought I did. Like, what's this about?" You know what I mean? They kinda just and he was like, "You know what? Nah, I'm good then that's cool, y'all got different plans," and, Michael Keaton was out. As soon as he heard, Burton was out, he was
Yep.
out, had no interest whatsoever.
I
And
remember that.
yeah, and they shot themselves in the foot on that one
They,
because,
ooh, boy.
it's those movies, I'm not sure what Joel Schumacher's I think that he was trying to go more comic book, really, but he Tim Burton was he's a very whimsical creator, as far as his storytelling style, his special effects. It's very, very fantasy based, whimsical, like just
Hmm.
you know comic-y, and so I think he was trying to kind of meet him there on that one, but then I don't know, he just didn't have it. He just didn't have it. It was
To
just
me, Tim Burton's movies were comic book accurate.
right.
And even if the comic books at that time, especially Batman, didn't exactly exude a darker tone just yet. But that movie helped transition them into the books that we enjoy from 1991, 92 on up till now. They
When
did
did
get
Frank
like
Miller's The Dark Knight come out? Before those movies or
yeah,
after?
I want to say it was like literally right before.
It was in the 80s, right? Yeah.
Uh,
And yeah, so that's like you said, they started to hit that darker tone.
mm-hmm.
And then everything after what Tim Burton did, you had the black suit, and yeah, it just got darker from there. Um, would you say who would you say is the best Joker either from the live action movies and animated series? Howard Johnson asks. My personal is always going to be Nicholson. That's just it's who I grew up with. I was always a Nicholson fan. I like his gangster sort of take on the Joker because there's been, 3 big Jokers. There was like the comedian Joker, the lunatic Joker, and the gangster Joker. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Nicholson really captured that gangster Joker. I like his style. Um Heath Ledger's is, I know, not your favorite, but what he did with that character was completely different than any kind of Joker we'd ever seen, very different from any of the comics, but so were the Nolan Ryan movies, Christopher Nolan movies. But he what he did with it, like, I can't take it. It was great. Like what he did with that Joker was crazy, but it was not comic Joker, you know.
Right.
So I think a lot of and then but animated Joker, Mark Hamill kills it. Mark Hamill is the best Joker voice, hands down. When I see the Joker, I hear Mark Hamill's voice. But what's your take on that?
My favorite Joker is always same with you. Is always going to be Jack Nicholson. To me, he was like the quintessential Joker, live action Joker. Uh, Romero for his time, he did good. For the 1966 '66
Sure.
Batman show. And Heath Ledger's, like I tell people all the time, they're like, why don't you like it? Why didn't you like Heath Ledger? The only reason I say I didn't like it is because there was, and I'm talking about the movie as a whole, but I'll get to him in a minute. Is there was very little, to me, very little interaction with Batman and Joker in that movie.
Mm,
Heath's Joker was great. It was a different take, definitely a different take. Like you said, he was like a lot more serious than
yeah.
than comical. So I think that was the only reason why I'm looking for Joker to basically, laugh while he's killing somebody.
Mhm,
And I'm
mhm.
like, I didn't really get that feel with Heath Ledger. Like I said, I ain't saying it was a terrible performance. It just wasn't my favorite.
Right.
Animated wise is Mark Hamill, and then I'm looking down in my in my comic book collection, and it's like Mark Hamill. I mean my DVD collection. Mark Hamill #1. Kevin Michael Richardson from the Batman cartoon in the mid 2000s. He did a great Joker voice. I like his. And the one that was in Under the Red Hood. So those are my
Yeah.
three Joker top animated Joker performances.
That was good. That was good. Stu Dog is in the chat. What's good, Stu? My favorite Joker is the Jared Leto version. Yeah, I've heard Stu say that, and I've never heard anyone else say that. Stu, where you at, man? Chime in, bro. Come on in. Get up in here, man.
Jump
You
on
got you got the link is in your email, brother. If you can. I understand it's family day and all that, but get in here. It's DC Day. Come on.
it.
TM Nerdy says Station 6 Element, Station Angelo, Station Howard, Station Stewart, and Station Spade. Station.
Maybe it means salute.
I think it means like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. How they had that one character, Station, and they would be like Station. That's what I'm getting from it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I TM Nerdy. Tell us what that means. Station.
It's been a
Yes, Stu
long
Dog's
ass
about to
time
chime
since
in.
I've seen that movie.
Station means be excellent. Yeah, so I think it does. Yes, I'm correct. It is. Yes, I see. I know my pop culture. I know my pop culture. I know my pop culture. But yeah, man.
That's great.
Really, Jack Nicholson is the best Joker. Howard said, yeah. It's. I've definitely heard a lot of people say Heath Ledger, and I've heard a lot of people say Nicholson. Most people hate the Jared Leto Joker, but I can't wait for Stu to get on here and tell us why that's his favorite, because
Let,
that's an
let me
interesting take.
ask you real quick, like, what are your thoughts on the Jared Leto Joker? Because I'm like, I'm not, I liked his performance in Suicide Squad, but it's just like it wasn't enough for me to like it that much or even hate it. That's just the way I feel about it. I'm like, it was good. I just wanted to see more.
Yeah, what he did in the outtakes of the Snyder cut and stuff like that, where he's got the line, he's like I'm warming up to it. Like he's
Mhm.
starting to. I think for me, it was just the image of him, the look, the silver teeth, the tattoos, and it just when I first saw him, it was like, what? Like I was like, that's not the Joker. Like that dude looks weird. Like that's not even. It just didn't click as Joker. So that the look threw me off. But I think when you really look past that and look at the performance, it's not bad. It really isn't, and it's just growing on me now, especially since I saw that deleted scene from the Snyder cut where they've
Mhm.
got where it's the post-apocalyptic future, and he's
Yeah.
got like you think he has like long hair at that point. He killed it. Like he's pretty good. Now I'll never say he's better than Nicholson or Ledger, but I don't hate it as much as I did. I used to
Okay.
hate it. I hate it. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like it at first, but I'm starting to dig it now. TM Nerdy said the Joker in Snyder Cut in the Elseworld was an upgrade. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I think it was maybe it was an upgrade, maybe it's just growing on me. I don't know if he did anything different or better, or it's just growing on me. I don't know. Um, but yeah, man, let's get into hmm DC news update. Let's get into some DC fandom action.
All right.
Let me try and I want to get some cool imagery up here while we're talking about it, but um for number 1, that
Woohoo, boy.
Black Adam, that Rock Black Adam is going to be crazy. Like I said, 14 years in the making. Like The Rock has been really lobbying for that role for a year, apparently like 14 years. I had no idea.
Yeah, he's been
Yeah.
doing it for a long, long time.
Yeah, and that's that means he's been a fan of the character for way before there was a movie or anything like that, and that's awesome. I love to see fans get these roles and jobs as writers and actors and producers in these shows because it makes all the difference. We
Hmm.
Star Wars fans know that when non-fans of shows do movies, or people that don't know about the lore or the mythology, you end up getting garbage. Um, you know, and I've got something I want to say about that in a little bit, but yeah, Black Adam, man, that trailer was crazy. Uh, in fact,
Oh
man,
man.
here let's watch the trailer and then see what everybody thinks. Let's run this.
Uh,
And if you unmute your mic, Spade, you'll be able to talk.
okay.
There you go. So yeah, we start off in we're in this cave. And that crown, what is that?
I want to say that was like,
She's out.
I can't explain the crowd,
Okay.
but I do know they're kind of like, like in Shazam, the Rock of Ages, where all the wizards, the council was like that.
Right. Boom, and then he just came in on a lightning bolt. These dudes surround him. This is crazy. Watch what he does with this guy.
I'm like, I got chills on my arms right now. Watching this.
Yeah. Dissolved him in the dust. Catch
Ooh.
the bullet like Bruce Leroy.
Yeah, dude.
Looks like a god.
My goodness.
Ominous. August 29th, 2022 cannot come fast enough.
This is gonna be one of the movies. Like, very rarely when you go to movies like this that you root basically for the villain. And
Yeah.
Black Adam is transitioning more from villain to anti-hero, but it's like, I think most people are going to want to see basically the anti-hero slash villain win in this one.
Yeah, I agree. And that's like, for me, I kind of always like the bad guy characters. I always think the villains are the coolest. Um, and this is uh great for me because of that, and because this is like the bad guy is the star of the movie. He is the main character, and
Right.
I think that's gonna be crazy good.
Man, that's going to be so insane. That
Okay,
is
Stu said he knows exactly what that crown is. So bring your ass, man. Where you at? Come on in here, man. Tell us what that crown. Come on, man. You know what that crown is. We got to find out. Acquiring minds want to know. On this. So yeah, like that was crazy. I mean, that trailer right there really says it all, man. It's just you already know it's gonna be crazy. DC Fandom kicked off that, with the first look at that main, that main trailer right there. That was,
Mhm.
Black himself, Black Adam, Dwayne Johnson took the DC's Hall of Heroes to discuss his role, and share an electrifying sneak peek that showed off Black Adam's entrance into the movie. It hits theaters July 29th, 2022. And Stu Dog is in the building.
About
What up? What up?
doggone time.
What up, fellas? What's
Huh.
going on?
What's up,
Well,
dude?
just took me a little while to get here. Like Black Adam, took me a while to get here.
Hey, that's
Took
right.
You
me a
activated your
while to
Instagram
get.
yet?
Not yet, man. I'll do it tomorrow, Monday. I just haven't had the time, man. To do it, but I got you though. We'll put up some stuff worthy of speeding up.
Man, if not, you're going to catch an elbow worthy of spending
I'll catch an atomic elbow.
Need the flying elbow drop. I
Flying
still
knee
got
drop.
one or two left.
All right, well, I don't want one of those, man. It's 2021. I got enough to deal with coronavirus. I don't want an atomic elbow.
All right. I got you, brother.
Yeah. So y'all talking about the Black Adam trailer, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Tell us.
Let's do it.
Tell
Like I
us
said,
what the
every
Dope.
time
crown
I
is.
watch it, man, I just get chills, man. And
Yeah.
Reno and I were wondering about that, like you were saying, that crown that's in it.
The crown is probably his, because he's ruler of Kandahar. He rules Kandahar, so it's
Mm.
probably his crown. Or if it's because you got to understand something about Black Adam. When you saw those chairs, all of those chairs, that's the Hall of Wizards. So each
Right.
one of those wizards represents a different. They all have different powers, but they can bestow their powers upon you. So
Mm-hmm.
one of them can bestow their powers upon Spade, one of them upon Reno, and one of them upon me. When Black Adam first, had the powers bestowed, he was called Tet Adam. And Tet Adam was a representation of the wizard that bestowed his powers upon him. So he used the Egyptian god powers. But now, when he got resurrected, he uses the same gods and power set as Captain Marvel, aka Shazam. So now he uses those powers. So that's the difference. The difference is that he was Tet Adam, now he's Black Adam. You know what I mean?
Who is
And
so?
that's
Who
the
was he
difference.
originally? Was he originally an alien or an Earthling?
No,
His
he's
real
another thing.
name
He was an Egyptian. He was an
yeah,
Egyptian.
Teth.
And what happened? Yeah, what happened was him. All right, it's. I'll give you the quick version. It happened about in the time of Moses. There people that got taken over, and they were the wizard bestowed the power upon his nephew to become Tet Adam or whatever he would have been called. But the nephew was going to use the power for good. He was more like Billy Batson. And he was like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna kill him. I got a better way. I know I can use this power for good. And the uncle was like, yo, like, why? When I can use this power to not only kill our enemies, but rule over Kandahar. At the same time, make sure it never comes under fall of an enemy again. So when his nephew yelled out the word Shazam, his uncle jumped in the way. The lightning hit him. He became Tet Adam, and he killed his nephew in the process. So he killed his nephew to become Tet Adam. And thus the saga of Black Adam begins from there.
Nice.
That's the modern day
Going on
version of
what
it.
Stu said, the encyclopedia version, because he said the same thing. It's like the noble, selfless hero requested the power, which was the nephew, the power to be shared with his dying uncle, Teth Adam. It was a fatal mistake. Adam killed
Yeah,
his nephew, and after liberating the
the
occupied
power.
convict and capturing the infamous seven sins, slaughtered the immortal council of eternity before Shazam could
Yep.
finally imprison.
Yep.
Can I see that book that you got? That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. I was trying to. I got this one. I got this one.
Yep, got that one.
I got one similar to the one Spade has, but it's more like the history of. It tells the same thing.
That one's about the
Yeah.
characters.
And
Mine's
then
is too. Yeah, mine's goes
that
character
one
by
I got
character.
that kind of tells about the characters. This one gives characters
Yeah.
and a little bit more history too, like into events like
Mm.
Crisis on Infinite Earths and stuff like that.
Yeah, hang on, let me show you mine.
And yeah, so another thing that DC Fandome was talking about was Grant Gustin and the Flash.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who Grant Gustin is.
The actor who plays the Flash on the TV show.
Okay. And that's the Flash. I mean, check him out. That's just an awesome picture right there. I had to throw up.
Yeah, man, that is dope.
Now, the pace of the announcements moved quickly in this year's DC Fandome, almost like our next hero.
You guys gonna freak out.
Flash.
They're gonna freak out over this one.
Oh, okay.
I actually have
real quick.
Which comes in this which actually comes in this very nice case. Actually comes in this very nice case. And it actually goes over, year by year. Actually goes over the history. You heard that crack right there. It's in pristine condition. Yes, sir. It actually goes year by year, gives origins of this one, that one, That one. Remember we had the discussion with Al Mega that time in the chat, and everybody was trying to figure out the history of Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman. And I was
Right,
telling
right,
them, I
right.
was like, look, Wonder Woman is a demigod, but she has a few retellings of her origin in the DC universe. So pretty much right now, pick whichever flavor you like with that, and that's the one you can go with. But the one
Right,
thing
right.
that can't be denied is that she is a demigod, and she
Yeah.
can't be killed, but only by a god.
Now,
Batman once had a contingency plan. He was showing Superman of Wonder Woman because he made a deal to show them all somebody else's contingency plan that he had. And he
right.
showed him a box. He showed Superman a box. And Superman's like, "What's this?" He's like, "It's a box." He said, "What's in it?" He said, "Open it." He opens, there's nothing in it. And he
Mm-hmm.
says, "That's your contingency plan for Wonder Woman?" He was like, "Yeah." He says, "Well," he said, "Well, you can't kill her because she's a demigod." He said, "No more, no man can kill her. It has to be another god. You would have to persuade another god to do it, whether it be
Mm.
accidentally or on purpose. That's the only way you could." And even then, I think Batman said she can be resurrected or something like that. Like there's something crazy where she can come back. Like it's some crazy way she can come back or something.
Is she
I have the
Nubia?
comic around.
Who's Nubia the Amazon?
Her
Nubia
twin
is the
sister.
new, yeah, that's her too. Yeah, and that's also the new Wonder Woman moving forward.
That's
Um,
what I thought because I got I got a new comic called Nubia and the Amazon #1.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah,
that's some dope covers. But yeah, so that's the more
modern version,
racially
modern version.
accurate, right? Because she's
Right, yeah,
Amazonian
yeah, because she's
in
Amazonian. Right.
South
It
America.
was because I have the book is in my collection of her second appearance, and Nubia was basically created around the same time as Diana. She just,
Mhm.
you know, Diana's lore was she was crafted out of mud and then
Right,
brought to life by Zeus.
right.
So some of the stories that go with Nubia was she's crafted by mud, but the mud just kind of infused her skin tone. That's the reason she's black. I'm like,
They'll
yeah,
come up
I've
with
heard
something.
people say that
Yeah, they'll come
online.
up with some. Right. Yeah, they'll come up with something better sooner or later, man. I don't
Damn,
know.
I was
that's
just like, all right, y'all could have just like split it, the mud in two, and then have one being and another one and whatever. But yeah, this is her twin sister. So
Right.
that's crazy. Somebody wanted to see your shirt, Spade. That's just regular Superman.
yeah,
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope.
yeah,
Wonder
Speaking of,
Woman can
I
die
think,
like the
but
merciless killed his Wonder Woman.
no, she can't. I really think,
Oh, Howard Johnson said Wonder Woman can die. The merciless killed his Wonder Woman. Who's the merciless, and what does he mean by his Wonder Woman?
he must be in the recent. He talking about the recent, what's the thing with the Joker who laughs thing was, where the whole universe is about to cave in on itself, and
Salute, Sean Sakai. What up, man?
Wonder Woman took over the mantle of the supreme person in the universe. Saved everybody. I'd have to look that up. Not
Yeah.
too big on Wonder Woman,
Is
man.
there a
I
character
know
named the
people that love her.
Merciless, Stu or Spade that you're looking up?
I'm looking it up now. I can't find the merciless, but like she can be killed, but it's just like you were saying, you have to have either another god or somebody with godlike powers, i.e., like a Superman or a Shazam or a Black Adam that
Right.
could do
Right.
Yeah, they're the only ones that, and even then, like Batman was saying, she can be resurrected.
Oh, he said
it. Yeah,
evil Batman is merciless.
Yeah, that's what I just said. So he's talking about. Okay, I know what he's talking about. He's talking about the Batman Who Laughs storyline. Spade, the one
Oh,
where they
that's
just created
right.
the new universe. When they just created, and Wonder Woman was the
I should have
vessel
known.
yeah,
that they used.
Howard Johnson, he reads that death metal. That's his joint.
Yeah, she was the vessel that they used in order to defeat all the evil versions of the heroes that got created by the Batman Who Laughs.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I never did finish reading that. I got it.
The
Got the book.
climax was good.
I never finished
The climax of it was good. Man, it was good. It was long. It was real dialogue heavy, but it was good.
it.
I mean, it was good, but it was It was very dialogue heavy, but it was good.
Salute Diamond Onyx in the house. What up? So
Diamond
yeah, man.
Onyx.
Yeah, we was talking about Flash and what they were saying about him in DC Fandom. It said the CW's Flash Grant Gustin made an appearance to discuss playing a father on the most recent season. Two kids are actually around the same age as him. He also revealed that his Flash suit will be getting an update next season, adding something that has long been missing: the Flash's iconic gold boots.
Hmm.
As Gustin put it, it's just always been the final element that I think has been missing from our suits.
Yeah, it has, bro. Come on,
Mm,
represent. I'm tired of the Hollywood. I want to be hip. This artist type designer dude who makes a suit, and we're supposed to just be all over it. The stuff the
yeah,
comic book creators, yeah, the stuff the comic book creators come up with. Now, how can they
yeah,
come up with different suits and different looks, but still keep the traditional colors and things like that? And it looks
right,
great. I don't
yeah.
understand why Hollywood can't do it.
I mean, yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's kind of like the Flash from the movies, not the CW, but the Flash from the movies. His suit is nothing at all like the suit in the comics.
No,
It's like armor, you know.
Hmm.
yeah,
It's like armor. Something about his new suit too that they just showed. The helmet looks really wide. It's kind of like goofy. It doesn't quite fit his joint. Howard said Batman got a hold of the God of War's helmet and becomes a new God of War, the new God of War. Ah, that's dope.
mm, gotta read that.
Yeah, I gotta read that, man.
Yeah.
That Batman
Batman's
back
got a lot going
crazy.
on right now. Yeah, Batman's got a lot going on right now. He really does. He
We
really
got
does. Yeah,
Aquaman. We saw
Yeah.
looking good. That looks like it's gonna be a good one. Uh, Fans got to go behind the scenes when Jason Momoa gave them their first deep dive into Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, due out December 16th, 2022. He shared an exclusive behind the scenes clip that features some compelling and surprising concept art. They're not sure what the giant grasshoppers and the desert creatures are all about, but they're all for it. Director James Wan promised a globe-trotting adventure that isn't afraid to embrace its fantasy. And we also got to look at the animated three-part special event, Aquaman King of Atlantis, including a clip from the second episode. Check out the debut episode right now on HBO Max. Yeah, this movie though looks crazy. It looks like a real event movie, like like an experience, like you're gonna go see it, like kind of how the movie Avatar was, like this whole new world, and just amazingly done. The CGI looks crazy good. And like they were saying, it's gonna be all around the world. So it won't just be in the ocean and in America. They'll be, all over the globe with it. I think it's gonna be dope. I
I
was
think
never
this
an
movie I'm gonna have to watch in 3D.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope so.
IMAX or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first
Hell
one was
yeah.
dope. The first Aquaman movie was really
First
good.
Aquaman was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
It
kind of
really was.
let me ask you this, Spade. I know you're a longtime DC fan. How did you feel about Aquaman? Was he a character that you dug?
He really wasn't a character I dug until probably until like the new 52 started in 2011, you know.
Uh,
He was always the butt of jokes, but I knew Aquaman was tough. I knew he was formidable.
right.
A lot of people didn't know that
In
because
the
they
water.
think, yeah, they think he's just a dude to talk to fish. But I'm
Right.
like, it's a whole different, dynamic and element to him that
Right.
if you didn't read the comic books, you never would know. And when, like I said, the new 52 started, Jeff Johns made Aquaman into a total badass. And he, in
He
the
gave him
book,
the long hair and shit, right?
no, he didn't have long hair then. He still had
Oh,
short hair.
okay. Okay.
And I'm gonna say that he transitioned between the two because, like in the late '90s and early 2000s, he had long
Shit,
hair.
had the long hair,
Around
yeah.
2010, they brought him back to short hair, and he addressed all them stupid jokes in that one issue, Aquaman #1, New 52.
Uh-huh.
I don't talk to fish. I command fish, and you think I'm not tough and blah blah. All the Captain Fish Sticks, all them jokes. He addressed that in that one issue, and I was like, I
Nice.
read it and I busted out laughing. I'm like, oh, I got to get this book because this is great. He
Yeah,
addressed all this stuff, and one guy he comes up against some vandals. They shoot him. Bullet ricochets off his head, and it's like a little bit of blood, and he does it like my turn, and he wipes
right,
the floor with these guys.
right.
So, that Aquaman, that was kind of like me really diving into the world of Aquaman then, because I was like, Jeff Johns brought him back. He made him really good, made him really cool. He was like, if he's going to be part of the Justice League, he needs to be one of the more powerful members as well, not just the butt of superhero jokes.
Jokes, yeah.
Right,
And he's an
right.
original member. He's also an
Yeah.
original member too. Yeah.
Yeah, because he kind of he's like the Namor of DC.
Mm-hmm.
And in Marvel, Namor is no joke. Namor is a bad motherfucker, dog.
Mm-hmm.
He's a mutant.
Namor,
You know what I mean? But he's a
Namor is
king
one
of
of
the
my favorite. Yeah, he's one of my
yeah.
favorite characters in the Marvel.
Namor is no fucking joke. And I think, let me ask you this. Okay, so Aquaman's powers, like if he's on land, is he still like strong like Wonder Woman and
Yeah,
shit? And
Yeah.
Superman?
yeah.
Um,
His only thing is he has to return to the ocean once every 24 hours to replenish his strength and all of that. Same thing with Namor. It's the same thing. Once every 24 hours, Aquaman's got to return back to the sea. Has to. If
Yeah,
not, he gets weak. Yeah, he gets weak and things like he's not
so
as durable.
like Superman.
it's like he has.
Like
He's
Superman can charge up. Yeah, Superman can charge up in the sun. Like
right.
Superman lay in the sun for a while, he just gets he gains strength from it. But he doesn't have to do it every day. Aquaman has to go back into the water once every 24 hours.
What was you
That's
saying?
depending on who writing them too, though.
Spade.
Still,
That's
What was you
true.
about to say, Spade, a second ago?
I was gonna say that's depends. What I just said, that depends on who's writing them too, because a lot of times there's been stories where Aquaman's been out of water for an extended amount of time, but as long as he's around some type of water, he can get stronger.
Yes.
If you watched Smallville season 5 or 6, Justin Hartley played Aquaman in that, and there was one point where Lex imprisoned him, and he has like the heated lamps on him, so they're basically frying him and killing him. Well, when he Clark broke him free, and he hit his heat vision to turn on the sprinkler set, and it kind of rained down on him, so he got stronger because he was around water. So it's just kind of depending on who writing him. Is like he can be around a bottle of water, a gallon of water, a pond, or the sea or ocean. As long as he is around some type of water, he can regain his strength.
Yeah, because he's not Sea Man, he's Aquaman, he's Water Man.
Yeah, he's actually, to be honest with you, Aquaman is his alter ego, but he's actually King of Atlantis.
Right.
So like that's what
like
a lot of people
Namor
forget.
is too.
Right, like Namor is King of Atlantis, and people forget that. They forget that they're the Atlantean kings.
Of the motherfuckers, yeah.
Yeah, the only thing with Aquaman that messes it up, they gave like he had the surfer dude look in the 80s and 70s.
Yeah.
He's like a surfer dude. And I guess they thought that was cool back then, but I didn't get into Aquaman until he got his hand chopped off. That's when I like when he put that hook on there. That's when I started reading Aquaman. I was like, yo, Aquaman is dope. I was like, Aquaman is kind of dope. So I just kept reading it and getting to know Aquaman more. And when they did the what was it? They did him with the hand and the hook on when Bruce Timm and his crew did
Justice League Unlimited.
Justice League Unlimited. Yeah, he had the hook. I thought he was dope. Then I was like, wow, they did the Aquaman with one hand. Because remember, one point Green Arrow lost the arm, and nobody ever addressed that. But
right,
yeah, that's a good thing, man.
Have we seen Aquaman in space? I mean, I know we have because every superhero's done a thing in space. But do you recall any? Because someone's asking, do you recall any instances of Aquaman controlling water while he's in space?
One in the Justice League cartoon, but he was I wouldn't necessarily call it space. He was just in another realm because he was hanging out with Dr. Fate. and they were trying to basically either save or resurrect Solomon Grundy's soul or help him find peace. And so they were
that was the
fighting.
one.
Yeah, they fighting the
That was the
monsters,
one
man.
where the kids tried to resurrect him, and then they were in the graveyard. They made a mistake and did the spell wrong. And
Mm-hmm.
Solomon Grundy came back, but he was possessed. He was like super strong. Like he was like stronger than he normally is, but he couldn't be controlled. Yeah, it was just like a demon was in him or something. And then they had to put him down. I
That was
remember that. I remember that.
that was
Yeah.
that one. There was one before where Grundy was like he did all this stuff because remember he was Cyrus Gold when he was living.
Sure,
And he
yeah.
did all this gangster stuff, and like the one thing he wanted above all else was his soul back. So they
Yep.
went on that journey to try to find his soul. And Aquaman controlled water then because it was like him, Dr. Fate, and Grundy, Dr. Fate's wife, Superman, Hawkgirl, and Wonder Woman. So it was a dope episode, man. Like, anybody can YouTube it, or like if you like me, that's old school, I pop in the DVD. Yes, kids, I still
Man.
watch DVD.
Spade ain't nothing old school about that. You just own your movies. You just own your movies. Trust me when I tell you. I got a hell of a
Right.
collection.
Yeah, I mean, you can have the
And
digital movies all you want, but if you ain't got I mean, my stack of DVDs right here, Blu-rays up to here.
listen,
Mhm.
right. I'd rather look.
Gotta
Listen.
have them joints.
I'm not paying anybody to take down movies whenever they. I want to watch what I want to watch when I want
When
to
I
watch it.
Bam.
And nobody like people people right now. Oh, if I got to wear a mask, you're taking away my freedom. I mean, how does that make sense if you can choose not to wear the mask? Like,
Right,
just
right,
don't wear it. But
right.
if you want to talk about taking away your freedom, when you sign up for Apple Music, you just took your freedom away. When you
Mhm.
sign up for Netflix and that's all you have, I'm gonna sell all my DVDs. You just took your freedom away because
Yeah,
now you don't have the freedom of choice. Like right now, I can watch what I want when I
Mhm.
want. If I want to cut my cable and I don't want internet, I can still
yeah,
watch a good movie.
Oh
yeah.
I
shoot,
can
I've done that so many times, man.
exactly
You
right.
know,
I can
I'm just
still
gonna watch DVDs because I'm like, I'm on like we're on social media. I'm on
Yeah,
there so I can see what's coming out,
yeah.
and I
right,
know I get
I've
get
been
paid on Thursday and Friday. I'm gonna go get it.
bro, I don't have no
right. I just
cable
go get it.
boxes in my house, no cable whatsoever. I got strictly internet, and I have like every streaming service that's out there. I got all those, so I'm still
Mhm.
paying about the same. But I thought about one day because I had the cable, and I'm like paying for all these streaming services. Like I don't never watch the TV. Why am I paying all this money for cable when everything I watch is on streaming now? So I, you know, told them cancel all that. I don't even bother with it because I hate commercials. So I ain't watching network TV at all. I hate
And
Right.
network.
then like talk about DVD, and we will get back on subject in a minute. But this is gonna be for my Halloween watching right here.
Batman versus
Wow.
Dracula.
Yo,
Yes,
that's
sir.
dope. I got that
Nice.
joint. That's dope. That's dope, Spade. I
That's
watched it.
dope,
That's dope.
dog.
Yeah, it's
That is
dope.
a good ass movie, man. I'm like,
You know
yeah,
what?
They got
every
that
now and
on
then I break that
DC.
mug out. Huh?
See, now I
Yeah,
watch
that's
my DC movies on like HBO Max. I did watch them on the DC website, but they
Mm-hmm.
canceled that, I think, and it's all HBO Max now. But
Mm-hmm.
is that
I'm
on
gonna
there?
be honest. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know
I
if it's
don't
on
have
HBO
HBO
Max
Max.
or not.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I'll
Yeah. I
find
will
it.
say one thing: the Batman cartoon is highly underrated. That was a good
Yeah,
cartoon.
Oh, the
it
Yeah,
animated
was
that
from
on
the
there.
joint.
90s joint?
No,
The
Yeah,
the
the
animated
mid
series?
Batman.
2000s.
No, the
I was telling you
2000,
about
the early
early.
2000 joint was called the
Oh,
Batman.
nah, I
That
don't
joint
know
was
that.
just that joint. Listen, I sat down and watched it one day. I had caught one of the seasons on sale. I was like, let me get this joint. I just was like, look, it's $10. I take it. I bring it home. I pop it and I start watching. I'm like, yo, this was
You
nice.
got
This
hooked
joint
on it,
was
did
dope. Yeah. I was like, yo.
Wow.
Reno,
Then I
if
figured,
you hadn't seen it, man, like it's a really dope and underrated cartoon. I know a lot of people like, and don't get me wrong, they show love for Batman the animated series because it's what we grew up on. It's
Yeah,
like an
bro, that
introduction.
was my after
But
school,
it's
like,
like
that was
go into this one with an open mind. Don't
yeah,
expect anything from Batman the animated series.
right, right, right.
right,
Well,
And
I
it's
haven't
like
watched that in decades, so it won't be hard.
and it's
I
like
haven't
it's such a great cartoon series. I think it's four seasons long. But they
Yeah,
get
it is.
into Batgirl and Robin. There's even a team up the last season with the Justice League. So it's
Justice
like
League.
they do all kind of different elements, man. You got the only villain that they don't show in the show is like Two-Face. But you got Joker, Penguin,
Uh,
Bane,
Like Mr.
Firefly,
Freeze. Yeah,
Mr. Freeze.
Freeze. Yeah, it was
it's
dope,
Lito's
bro.
Way said, is that the one with the ninja penguin? Yeah, Penguin was doing kung fu.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
yeah. That's the
he
that's
got
the
some.
game.
Yeah, Penguin got some fighting
Yeah,
moves in this cartoon.
does he? That's
Yeah, he do.
yeah.
He
Because
do.
they kind of give everybody props in this cartoon.
Yep.
Like nobody's, you know how really Penguin or one of the Batman will just come and swoop, punch him in the face, and he done. That's a wrap. They didn't make
right.
the villains like that.
And this one, they
Yeah,
all bad.
yeah. They all got some type of badassery to them. Yeah, he's
Right.
right.
Mhm.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's dope. Well, speaking of Batman, this Batman, this new trailer, man. Let's check this shit out. And Spade, you can unmute your mic.
Got it.
Oh shit. Wait a minute. We have no audio.
Oh wow. That right there is the Riddler.
Right. Yeah, and there's this little cappuccino with the question mark in it.
There's a question mark in it. Now, since we don't know the whole story, we can just assume that they caught him. But if the Riddler wanted to be caught, if the Riddler got caught, that's because he wanted to be.
Right. There's throwing up the bat signal. That's your boy Gordon. And there's Batman. The guy that's playing Gordon is one of my favorite actors.
Now these guys must be followers of the Joker. It looks like because they got the white face and the, you know, with the makeup.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Because yeah,
So
and then he's got his Batman voice. What do you want?
yeah. And Catwoman is
I hope and pray.
sexy.
That
Now that's
Zoe
Colin
does-
Farrell as Penguin. That's crazy.
Yes, that's
It
crazy.
don't even
Yeah.
look like Colin Farrell.
Bruh, I'm glad they kept that tradition because when Danny DeVito played Penguin, it was a shock and surprise to everybody, and it didn't look like him. It didn't look like Danny DeVito when you saw it.
I thought
No,
it,
it did.
I thought
No,
I thought
but
you
he played
kinda
a perfect. He played a perfect Penguin. I mean, well, you know, yeah, he played a perfect Penguin. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Look at
Absolutely.
that. They were shooting at him, and everything was just bouncing off of Batman.
I like these ears on this Batman suit. They're very, very pointy. I mean sharp.
I'm
like
glad they
really
went back to
sharp.
that. Yeah, I'm glad they went
What I
back to that.
Yeah, but what I don't like is the forehead's a little bit too big. Like the
Now the
whole
guy with
thing, the ears are too far back, kind of. I think. So.
okay. Now the guy with the glasses on, that's Riddler. That's Riddler's new costume.
Mhm.
They're not going with the unitard
Right.
for Riddler.
Right.
And that's
Always like
Penguin right there.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, me too. But I like when he wears the jacket, the suit with the tie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too. Yeah, I like that.
I like, yeah.
Yeah, with the cane.
Right.
Yeah, that's my
Right.
favorite. Too.
But
And
yeah,
the
there he
derby.
is walking out of the flames. But see how everything is realistic, kind of like the Nolan Batmans in a way, but even more realistic. When I say realistic, meaning like not military tanks. You know, it's a
Mhm.
muscle car,
Yeah.
but not Tim Burton. Crazy like thing you could. That's not a real car. But so I'm kind of digging that. I'm liking that a lot. I'm liking the realism to the Batman.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Because we tired of the realistic version.
No,
man.
we ain't had the realistic yet.
Nah, man. Listen.
And when I say
I
realistic,
think they just.
again, it's Batman, I don't mean realistic. I mean,
I think
like
they
I
just
said,
milking
the
it, man. Give
equipment
me
is made out of stuff that he could make. It's not
which is
made
stuff
out of
we don't
something
want to
that,
see. I mean,
that's
it
what we
looks
gonna
nice,
see.
but we don't want to see it. We don't want to
That's
see it. We want to see a badass Batmobile,
oh
something out of
yeah,
a comic book, and
that's
that's what we want to see.
that's the Snyder cut.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where you're gonna see the DCEU movies. You're gonna get all of that. You're gonna get your fix on all of that. In fact, the actual Tim Burton Batmobile is gonna be in the new movie. The Flash movie, rather. The
Yeah.
Flash
Yeah, that's gonna
Flashpoint.
be in the Flash movie.
right
But
there.
the only thing we can say that saves it is that we know that Robert Pattinson's Batman is a younger version of Batman. So this is Batman's early days right
Well,
here,
that's
which is
kind of what
something
I
they've
mean.
never explored. They never explored his early days. We saw old Batman and Ben Affleck. We saw middle-aged Batman and Keaton.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then we seen a little bit younger but middle-aged with Val Kilmer.
I mean,
But this right here is supposed to be like
the Nolan
year
Batman
two,
was
year three
year
Batman.
one. This is supposed to be year one. This is called year one. Batman. That's what the Pattinson is called, year one, and that's what I kind of mean about realistic. I mean, like Lito said, plausible. This is his first year as Batman, so he's not gonna have the super manufactured gear yet. You know, he's
Right.
not gonna have that Batman industry merch yet. He's made his own stuff right now. Like he's made his suit, he's made his car, he's made all of this stuff.
No, and that's comic book accurate because in the
Right.
beginning, him and Alfred they were making all the gadgets.
Yeah, that's what I don't mean realistic like non-comic. I mean realistic to like plausible that he could, this is something that
Oh, that's something he could have built.
he would have done by himself in the beginning. First, year one, he's not just out of the gate, got all the toys and everything. So that's dope. And also what we're seeing is like you said, a young Batman, but an unseasoned Batman who does not yet have control of his emotions, and he loses his temper frequently, which is not a very Batman thing. Batman he's especially in the animated movie, he never loses his cool. He never
No.
loses his temper. He's always very calm, collected.
Shoot, he lost his cool plenty of time.
Well, for the most part, though, he's pretty laid back. Like Batman is pretty like when everyone's panicking and shit, he's calm. He's got it worked out. Like I've already got that figured out.
Yeah, that's true. I do agree with that, but as far as for times like, yeah, I can recall more than a few times he has lost his cool. Like the Hush storyline, he basically finna kill the Joker.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Jim Gordon talked him out of it and told him, like, you're better than that. You've got to be the symbol. If you kill him, I will take you down.
Right.
So he's always had. He might have been the calmer one. So
the way he is in this one, it ain't.
Nah,
Gordon
this
wouldn't
one,
have been able to talk to him. Like
there's a graphic novel that y'all should read. It's called Batman Earth One, and what it is like.
I got that.
And it's like that's kind of what this reminds me of, because he's a young Batman first starting out in his career, and he's like, like you said, emotional, kind of unsure of himself, ready to, knock somebody's teeth out at the drop of a dime.
Mm-hmm. Now, is it called Year One or Earth One?
Earth One.
Earth One.
Earth One. It's Earth One.
Okay.
Yeah, because they got a Superman Earth One and they got a Wonder Woman Earth One.
I thought there's a
Green Lantern Earth One.
And the Green Lantern Earth One, yeah. They did an Earth One for I think is a Flash Earth One too, but I'm not sure.
I never
seen it. Yeah, I never seen it.
Earth One,
I know there's a Teen Titans. Yeah, there's a Teen Titans Earth One. But the Earth One joints are dope.
Yeah,
they just tell different. They just tell everything in a different way. And instead of being like Year One, it's like because they had the infinite Earths. It's just different Earth for them.
So basically, like each hero is the hero of their own Earth.
Right.
And there's a Batman animated movie called Batman Year One.
Yep.
Yeah, it's dope.
And
2 parts.
I think there's comics to that too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there is. Frank Miller.
Year One.
Frank
Miller, and
those are the Frank Miller comics.
Yeah.
Those are very popular. Very, very popular. Yeah.
Yeah, those are amazing. So and then DC's Milestone initiative, new partnership with Ally, was announced as the first program of Next Generation DC, which is a new venture created to develop the next generation of comic book artists, writers, colorists, editors, and all those stations. And Dennis Cowan and Reggie Hudlin chatted with Echo Kellum about every aspect of Milestone and announced several upcoming Milestone projects, including a Milestone animated feature in development by Warner Brothers Animation and Warner Brothers Home Entertainment, new seasons for Static, Hardware, and Icon and Rocket, the comics, and then the return of Blood Syndicate comic book series and a 1,300-page softcover compendium collecting classic Milestone runs of Static, Icon, Hardware, and the rest. And they've got a live action Static Shock movie in the works.
Mm-hmm.
Should start 2022 and be out for 2023.
They need to.
That's
They need to.
I'm
yeah,
excited about that.
exciting, right? Yes, a lot of
Yeah, they
people
need to.
like about this about time.
Yeah, don't forget we got another Green Lantern movie in the works. We got
Yeah, that'll be
DC's got a
good.
few. They got a good lineup coming, but we got to see if they do the right thing.
Yeah,
It's a,
Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. That's
it's a
made a
video game.
made a big splash at DC Fandom. And the much anticipated new game from Rocksteady Studios was back for more, debuting a thrilling new trailer that gave us our biggest glimpse yet at the game's story, characters, and tone. And if it did leave us feeling a bit bad for poor Penguin, nah, we don't feel bad for Penguin. But it was dope to see the Suicide Squad going again. I mean, it will be dope. It's gonna be dope to play the game and all of that. But seeing the Suicide Squad going against the Justice League is interesting because who is fighting these like who's fighting Superman from the Suicide Squad? Harley Quinn, she going up against what? Wonder Woman? Like the powers just don't match up. I can't see nobody in the Suicide Squad beating nobody from the Justice League. So it will be interesting.
Bloodsport. Well, I don't know because Bloodsport in the Suicide Squad comic, Bloodsport fought Ultraman, but he thought he was Superman. Like he thought he was just like Superman, which he is in every way except for kryptonite effects are reversed. They're reversed on Ultraman, and you know how he can get the weapons just teleported into him. So he asked Amanda Waller for the big gun. He's like, "Yo, I got Superman here. I'm trying to take this Joker out, and he's just eating my bullets like Banaka." He's like, "Give me the big gun." So she sends him this kryptonite bazooka. He shoots Ultraman with it. Ultraman snorts all the kryptonite. And it's like, yeah, like listen, like where did you get that high grade kryptonite? Now green kryptonite makes Ultraman stronger.
Yeah,
and blue makes him weaker.
Yeah, blue is what makes him weaker. You got to hit him with blue. But they didn't know that at the time. They didn't know that blue kryptonite was his weakness. And blue kryptonite has no effect on our Superman. It just doesn't do anything to him that they know of.
It depowers him for a short amount of time as long as he's around.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it'll make him a normal. It's like if he wears it, he's a normal human just like us. But if like he takes it off and throws it 3-4 feet or whatever, then he's Superman again.
Now there's one they don't know. I think is it gold? There's one they don't know what it does. When I was a kid, I had a book, and I think it was blue, gold, and another color that just had question marks by it. Like they all had question marks by it.
Gold always, I want to say, that was introduced in I want to say 1969 or 1970. But gold kryptonite takes away his powers for good.
Okay.
Wow.
And
because there's like different. There's like a bunch of different colors, and they all do something different. One of them mutates him. One of them, I think, red mutates him or something like that.
Red used to mutate him. Then they retconned it to where it makes him like irrational. He loses inhibitions.
Oh shit!
So it's like red.
You know why?
Yeah.
You know why they did that? Yeah. You know why they did that? Because remember in Superman 3, the movie with Richard Pryor.
Yeah.
They messed around. They changed the ingredient. And it was red kryptonite instead of green, and then he went crazy.
It was still green. They made it like it was like a bootleg kryptonite, as I call
it.
Because they were like they tried to make the properties of it, like and synthetic.
Then he couldn't figure out the last thing, so he just put tar. He couldn't figure out the last. He was smoking cigarettes.
It made him totally irrational, man. And it was like, I watched that movie about 2 or 3 months ago, and I remember thinking, why didn't they just make it red kryptonite at the time? But it was like in our research, I'm like, well, that was still 1980 something, and red kryptonite still didn't do what it does to him now. So then they retconned the red kryptonite, like, oh, since red kind of makes the color red is associated with fury, we're going to make this take away his inhibitions. Right. So they retconned it. Anytime he's around red kryptonite, it makes him just go wild. He loses
he go crazy.
All his morale.
Yeah, because I
Black
think
Kryptonite splits them into
Black
two
Kryp,
different beings.
two different beings. Yeah, because doesn't red kryptonite make Bizarro weaker? Like I think red makes him weaker, and you
Let's
got
see.
white kryptonite
Blue makes Bizarro smarter.
smarter, right?
Uh, I forgot what green does to
It's the
him. And
opposite effect of Super. I know it's
Is
like he's the
Bizarro
opposite of
like
Superman.
is he like a Frankenstein type dude?
Nah, he's a
he's
failed clone.
Like a
They
big
tried to clone
goofy.
yeah.
Superman, and he's a failed clone. He's like like the Clone Wars. He's just a failed clone.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I saw one of the DC figures, multiverse McFarlane figures. They got a Bizarro Superman one.
I don't
Yep.
know why they just don't do a movie with Bizarro. That would be dope. Because they're always saying, "Oh, we don't have anybody to fight Superman." You could do Metallo. You could do
Dude,
Bizarro. It's a
seriously.
lot you could do, bro.
Black Adam.
You could do Brainiac. They never did Brainiac. It's a
Mm.
lot, man. It's a lot they just don't do, bro. Just
That
let it go.
Batman's rogue gallery may be more extensive, but Superman has some great villains that you can put into a movie and fight. It's like I don't think they really just writers have a hard time writing Superman, so they're like, "Well, we ain't got nothing because like no, put some creativity, some thought into it. Write
Yeah.
him,
Yeah,
like just like you said, Stu. We ain't seen Bizarro on screen. That would be a good
ever.
film to do.
Yeah, great. Yeah, you could tell
He's
his
not
little
in
origin
any
story.
animated movie.
Say what, Reno?
But Bizarro's not in any of the animated movies.
No. Well, I take it back. He's in the Red Sun animated movie,
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
and
he's in
that's
that.
pretty much it. But as far as
Uh,
anything else, not really. He's not in none of the other
None
animated
of the movies. He's
movies.
in the cartoons. You'll see him in the cartoons all the time.
Yeah,
They really don't pit Superman against him too much, and he's just as strong as Superman. They
that's
don't. They
because
don't.
Superman kind of befriended him now, so he's not necessarily a villain anymore.
Yeah, and Superman just always outsmarts him. Like, he's just smarter than him.
hmm.
The thing don't really say what red kryptonite does to him just yet. Well, in here in the encyclopedia. So
Yeah,
What's
because I remember when I was a kid, we read like when we figured out it was more than one type of kryptonite. We was like amazed. We was like,
mhm.
yo, it's like more colors, and it was like three of them that had
Mhm.
question marks by 'em. Red, gold, and I think blue. I can't remember. I wish I had the comic. That's when they first came out with the individual comics of the encyclopedia. And it was just three of them. It was a bunch of them because I think it's white, green, yellow, red, blue, orange, and something else. A bunch of them. And we didn't even know it was more than one kryptonite. We was like, oh, we always thought it was just green. Like that's
Yeah,
all we thought existed. Yeah. And then I was like, what? They threw a bunch of different colors and they all do different things. Oh, we were
Yeah,
blown away.
Howard Johnson said that black kryptonite makes him evil.
That could be true. Yeah, I gotta look it up. That could be true.
somewhat.
I haven't read it in a while. Yeah, I haven't read it in a while, but it's true. I'd have to
Mm.
look it up. I could definitely. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me look at my comics encyclopedia. See if it's in there.
The black kryptonite, like I say, it split him. Like if he has a split personality, it splits his personality.
What? So makes one evil and one good?
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
But they didn't use that when they split him. Like in after he came back from the dead, there was a Superman red and a Superman blue, and
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
that was so damn stupid. I'm like, I love Superman, but that was stupid. But they didn't
Because
use that to explain why he split. It was like he just got so much power, he just split into two beings. The red one being the more hot-headed being, and the blue one being the more calm and rational. And his powers were both their powers were electric based.
look
Hmm.
at that. Look at that. Yeah, they. I mean, you know what, Spade? Because they struggled for so many years. They struggled with Superman. A lot of people, if you go back and read the older comics, a lot of people were right in and like you know how you had the comment page in the back where people write in letters. A lot of people write in and be like, just kill him. Like
Mm-hmm.
he makes no sense to have him because can't nobody beat him. He's too strong. He's this. He's that. And if you got all these other guys, like take Darkseid. You got Darkseid. The closer to the source wall he gets, the stronger he gets. Darkseid can manipulate his size. He can be as big as a planet, or he can be as small as a mouse. I mean, he's just as strong as any Kryptonian. He has Omega beams, and yet they act like none of that affects Superman. Like, so people would write in and be like, "Yo, just kill him." Like it was to a point people were just tired of him. It was like, "Yo, we tired of Superman. Kill him." It was for
Well,
years.
he was so
They used to write
overpowered.
it.
Like the writers wrote him where he had so much power he could literally just and blow out a star.
Right.
And it's like,
Yeah.
how do you
How do you
have a
explain that?
physical, yeah,
How do
how
you
do you
fight
have a
that?
physical conflict
How do you
against
conflict?
somebody that powerful?
Yeah.
So they
Right.
had to depower because remember he could breathe in space, and
Yep.
now and I want to say the last probably like 20, 30 years, they made it
He
to where
can't.
he had to have a breathing apparatus to breathe in
Apparatus.
space.
Hmm.
And so
That's
they did
I kind of like
depower
that he
him.
can breathe in space. I like that.
They
Now,
did
Black Adam
depower
can
him.
breathe in space. Black Adam doesn't need anything to sustain him. He can fly. He doesn't need anything to sustain him. He can fly through space. He can go underwater. He doesn't have to breathe air if he doesn't want to. Because he's godlike, and that
Mhm.
makes sense. So just like a guy, he doesn't need anything to sustain him if he doesn't want to. But Superman does, because you got to think, Kryptonians breathed air.
Right.
They were just like
Yeah.
us. They just lived in a planet with a red sun. That's it. And the effects of a yellow sun made them stronger.
Mhm.
It's like the radiation, the yellow radiation, the radiation from a yellow sun made them stronger, durable. But how is Superman, just so strong? Like even back in the day when he would fight Black Adam actually took on the whole Justice League and almost beat the whole Justice League. And personally, and when you look at their stats, I think Black Adam can beat him. But now they say Superman has a weakness to magic and kryptonite because he only had one weakness. It was kryptonite. That was
Right.
it.
Right.
Yeah. But now they're
But then
saying
again,
magic. Yeah.
just
Magic.
like we're
Susceptible
saying,
to that.
if he that powerful, you cannot write a physical conflict against him because I'm like he
Right.
would beat him. So what's
Right.
another weakness you can give him? Well, magic. Another fellow Justice Leaguer that they've written as strong as Superman is Martian Manhunter. And he has different
Yeah.
abilities. So
Yes.
it's like, all right, when you kind of depower him a little bit, start to depower something, you can write better stories for him. Where it's not
Yeah.
just a physical conflict he has to overcome. Because let's face it, his arch nemesis is as human as us. But Lex Luthor gives him fits because it's more psychological and emotional than physical. We seen from the episode in Justice League, the Justice Lords, where that world Superman kills him. It's like Superman could do that anytime he wanted to, but because of
Right.
how he was raised, his morals and everything, his no kill rule and all, he doesn't do it. But it's like, at what point is that thorn in your side gonna be so great that I gotta take you out?
Right. Yeah. Well, sticking with the Suicide Squad theme, the first Peacemaker teaser trailer debuted at DC Fandome with commentary from the Peacemaker himself, John Cena, and fans also got a bonus behind the scene look when the Peacemaker cast joined writer and director James Gunn to discuss the upcoming The Suicide Squad spin-off series coming to HBO Max on January 13th. The series stars John Cena as Peacemaker, Danielle Brooks as Adebayo, Freddie Stroma as Vigilante, Jennifer Holland as Harcourt, Steve Agee as Economos, Chuck Woody Iwuji as Mirren, and Robert Patrick as Augie Smith. Sorry about that, Chuck Woody. However, according to all of them, the Peacemaker's pet bald eagle Eagly steals the show. Now, I have not seen this yet, but let's watch this Peacemaker joint.
It's dope.
Sweet.
Stu, you can unmute your mic if you want to.
What does that mean?
Truth is, you're supposed to be in prison.
For what?
Superhero stuff.
What superhero are you?
Peacemaker.
Get out of here! There's no superhero called Peacemaker!
Dude, I'm famous.
This is gonna be funny.
You're a born killer with expertise.
Yeah.
in every
Why
weapon
am I
known
not
to mankind.
surprised?
Giving you the chance
nice.
to stay out of prison and work for me.
Blew his brick off.
This is Harcourt. Be a handler in the field. John Economist, Tech and Tactics. And this is our new recruit, Adebayo.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
You don't have to shoot people after you already killed them.
Right. Who's the guy that's peeking out behind the trash can?
Vigilantes, trying to be helpful.
Hey! Our first target is Senator Royland Goff.
It's like Kick-Ass
Maybe
almost.
traveling with his family.
Are you sure those 2 kids came out of those parents? That's an attractive couple. That one
But
looks
this
like
is
it came out
good.
of
See,
them.
this
The
is
other
the
one
type of
looks like
show
baby.
that I can rock with. Like the
Yeah, my
CW
older brother
stuff,
told me
I'm
there's 2
sorry,
types
it's
of
just
babies.
I can't.
One that comes out normal, and then butt babies.
I can
Most
understand
everywhere they come out
that,
at
you
once,
know. I'm
but-
like,
It's just
No, I believed I was a butt baby
I
until I was
get
like
that.
14.
That explains a lot.
the acting ain't on point or something. I don't know what it is.
There's something about him that
they kind of have to tone it down a lot, especially
Yeah.
with CW, because it's, you know, more kids.
boy like you.
This guy.
Just like a maniac.
No, he's playing a
That's
character
because
from the
we're
comics.
born killers. What separates us from other killers
This
is we only
Peacemaker's
kill
dad.
bad people.
The high top fade.
Usually. Unless there's a mistake.
you use being a jerk
This
as a
is
way to
hilarious,
push
you know,
people
like-
away.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
But if you would just drop that, people actually might like you.
Yeah. Oh wow, he's going nuts. He's going nuts.
One thing I can say about John Cena, boy, he's like, he is not afraid to make a fool of himself.
Oh my god. He's hugging me.
He's
Hugging
hugging
me. Dad, grab my phone. I don't want to move. Dad?
January 13th. That's dope.
Can't wait.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be great.
One thing, man, a few weeks ago, I watched the Suicide Squad, the second one with him in it, John Cena in it, and I was like, it was so. I laughed at the movie. I was kind of like, I wasn't that big of a fan of the movie, but his performance in it, I was like, yo, that was actually pretty good. So I'm intrigued by this Peacemaker series. I'm like, I definitely want to check it out.
Yeah.
I want to see it. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I want to see it. Looks good.
Hell
It
yeah.
really does, man. We need a fresh take of heroes, bro. Like we need a fresh. And I
Yeah.
think that's what DC's trying to do with the situation with with
Definitely.
Cavill
Mhm.
and Godot and all of them.
Because
I
another
think they're
one
just
that
trying
we've
to.
been. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to give us a new, fresh take on DC's heroes. I think they're just like, look, if we can just give them, something else instead of just like, Superman, Batman, Wonder
Superman,
Woman.
Batman. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Can we give them something else? Can we give them something that we know they'll be excited about and just bring a new set of heroes? Because Marvel did it. Marvel gave us Guardians.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They gave us Eternals.
Yeah.
They gave us a few little tidbits that people like. I mean,
Yeah.
you got the
Yeah.
What If series where it's just all like it's not just the same heroes all the time.
Right. And one of the biggest ones I think that DC is bringing out is the Sandman, because we've been dreaming, no pun intended, of a Sandman TV series, man, for quite some time. And thanks to Warner Brothers Television and Netflix, it's going down. Like it's official, it's confirmed, and I can't wait to learn more about the Sandman show, because the books are insane.
Yeah, they are.
But
Yeah,
once you get into different characters like that, like lesser known characters, man,
Right.
it can get exciting. And
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy proved that with Marvel. I mean, that was like
Hands down.
two of my favorite movies, in that realm. And it's just like now people know so much, especially on the DC side. We know so much about Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash, Green Lantern, and so forth. I'm like, all right, let's get into some lesser known characters and bring them to the forefront a little bit. You got all new stories that you can tell. You got new characters that you can portray, on the big and small screen, and then of course anything else, books gonna go up in value because people gonna want to know about these characters.
Right. Well, that's like yeah, like
Right.
Squirrel Girl, like all these, like Rocket Raccoon was a joke before the movie. Like
Yeah.
that was a joke. Like, but now his first
Oh,
appearance
but
is
people like
hundreds of
People
dollars.
like Rocket though, Reno. He
They
was a
do
joke, but
now.
people liked him. They
They
loved
do
Rocket.
now.
People
But
love Rocket. Yeah.
before it was like Squirrel Girl. I mean, he was definitely an auxiliary character. People dug him that knew about Guardians, but the people that didn't, when they saw Rocket Raccoon, had no idea nothing about him. They were like, "What?" And then never got into it. It took that movie to open the new people up to that. And like you have a character for DC called Monkey Prince. That's
Yep.
another one that's coming. That's they came out on DC Fandom talking about that as well. It was announced that the Monkey Prince will return February in 2022 in a new 12-issue comic book series from writer Jean Lin Yang and artist Bernard Chang. And for fans that can't wait for February to read more about DC's Monkey Prince, a new Monkey Prince short story is now available on dcccomics.com to read for free. But that's, the video games that are coming out, like the Court of Owls. Like that was, like a lot of people don't know about Court of Owls.
With Gotham Knights. Yeah, because when Gotham Knights was announced, I was like, well, who's the villain? And then when they announced it was the Court of Owls, that blew me away. I was like, yeah, the Court of Owls. Yeah. So now you got the Bat family versus the Court of Owls, because they don't have Batman to help them take him down. And Batman, that's what makes it more exciting. Right. He's supposedly died because it's the end of the Arkham series, which I like. I like the Arkham series. I still didn't like the way it ended. I really didn't. But I like it. I like the whole series. The game. I like the character designs. The character designs were great. I thought Mr. Freeze was the best looking Mr. Freeze I saw in a long time.
Best Mr. Freeze I've ever seen.
Yeah. Solomon Grundy, all of it. Scarecrow looked dope.
He was literally scary. It was like,
he was. Right? Yeah. And then
Gotham. Let's look at this Gotham Knights game. Check this out.
Oh yes, please do, by all means.
That's a dope looking graphic. That looks so good.
You gotta unmute your mic.
Jim Gordon.
That is dope. I mean, the graphics.
They thought they had a handle on this city.
It looks like you're watching a movie.
Right. Looks like
that's what we like.
That's
what we want. That's what we want.
I want to see DC animation.
Don't stand a chance.
These graphics.
Reno, I keep saying it. Square Enix is the best at this stuff.
Because they're always watching, always listening.
That's Penguin
pulling everybody's strings.
Okay.
Mine, yours. But no one talks about them. Not a whispered word is said.
The Court of Owls is a myth.
They're listening.
Nightwing. Yeah, the Court of Owls is dope. They got the ninja dude. It's like Owlman, like Batman's Batman. They got like an Owlman.
Yeah, one of them is serving time on the Suicide Squad right now.
Yeah, Red Hood.
Golly. Oh, that's just sick. They need to put that in the comments.
Hell yeah. I wonder why does Red Hood have a Batman symbol on his Boom.
If you really want to go down this rabbit hole, you need to know there's no coming back from it.
That's gonna be so dope. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Every time I say I'm not getting a new video game system, a game comes out where I have to get a new video game system.
Might have to. Might have to.
Might have to, bro.
Tap your mic. Tap your phone or something. There you go. Okay. You good.
All right.
You
Okay.
good. You good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you might
yeah,
have
yeah.
to.
You might
I
have
have
to
to
for
get a
this
new
one.
system on this one. Yeah.
PS5, Xbox, Series X, something. But as long as it come out on PC, I'm good. I got the
Well, it'll
game
come out.
PC.
Oh, it'll come out on PC. We'll get it.
As long as it ain't, as long as it ain't no PlayStation exclusive like every other damn good game. They got all the shit. They got, man, I damn near almost bought a PS5 just because of the games. You know, they got the exclusives. What's Ghost of Tsushima and
It's
God
dope.
of War. Yeah,
It's
bro.
dope.
Shit, that's how I ended up with a 4, man, because of Injustice 2. And I wanted to play that so bad, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and get the game because I can find the system. And then, of course, you know, the pandemic hit and everybody was buying PS4s and 5s like crazy. So finally
Yeah.
found it. And I had the game, I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and play it. And I'm like, when I say I literally played that game all day, I didn't even eat. I played the game all day till I beat it.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well,
I like it.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But this looks like, ooh.
Y'all like Injustice. You know there's an Injustice 3. They got Injustice 3 coming out.
They got one coming out?
Yeah, we got Injustice 3.
Dang.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard about the
It's been announced by it was literally announced by Ed Boon on his Twitter feed where he leaked it, but it was slick how he did it. Because everybody keeps asking him on his Twitter feed. They always ask about a new Injustice. And so he finally said, look, what did he say? He put it like this. The next Injustice game will come after the next Mortal Kombat. And he said, and then he was like, that's official, so stop asking. So he leaked it, but he leaked it in a slick way where, you know, and that's how he put it. He was like, well, he said, I can't work on 2 games at once. He said, so we'll get another Injustice that's been greenlit by WB after the next Mortal Kombat releases. I was like, wow. He just threw it out there just like that. Yeah. You gotta go if you're on his Twitter feed, you'll see people they beat him up about it all the time. Yo, when we get another Injustice. When we getting this, when we getting Mortal Kombat Injustice.
It's too crucial. Y'all remember the movie just came out too. We just watched that the other day. Injustice?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. You see it, Stu? You seen it?
Injustice?
Yeah.
Not yet. I haven't watched it yet.
Man. Yeah, bro.
I ain't watched it yet neither, man. I'm gonna
next
pick
on your
it
list.
up.
Spade, you ain't watched that with us? Oh,
No,
that was,
man, I was
that
at
was
work.
me and Cooks and OG Lee. Right. That's right. You would. Oh, man. Dang, y'all got to see this movie.
I'm definitely gonna watch it, man. I'm like, have no fear. I'm like underdog is here. I'm gonna watch that movie.
All right. Hey, have y'all heard of this comic, Naomi?
Yes, I have that comic.
It's very, very well received. Pretty cool. And
really?
oh yeah, and of course, as many fans know, DMZ is Duvernay's Duvernay's only upcoming DC TV project. She's also executive producing Naomi, a new series for the CW based on the comic book from Brian Michael Bendis and David Walker and Jamal Campbell. Star Casey Wallfall dropped by the Hall of Heroes to chat with Candace Patton about the upcoming series and showed a clip featuring a blink and you'll miss cameo from the pilot episode. But the Naomi show is looking crazy.
Now, are we ready to begin?
What's going on?
Annabelle says there's a stunt happening in the square. Something to do with...
Definitely for kids with the texting. You know what I mean? Like something they can relate to.
For sure.
10 minutes, I'll be right back.
But her inspiration, man, is Superman.
Right.
But like she doesn't yet know she has power. But all she knows is she wants to try to help the world in a way like Superman does.
Okay. I wonder if this is gonna show, how she gets powers and stuff.
It most likely will because the comic book, I want to say The second issue is when she started manifesting her power. It was like first it was like 6 issues long, and then when you get to the 6 issue, she's like a full-fledged superhero, so to speak. She has pretty much powers manifested.
Right.
It was real cool. Like the book has gone up so much in value, and I'm like, because of number one is her first appearance and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, being a black teenage female superhero, a lot of people were looking at that aspect because like there's not that many of them out there.
Right.
So, girl, I'm doing it live. Take off. Be right back. My daughter just walked in. So she's her inspiration, like I said, she wants to help out like Superman does. And she wants to meet him and everything. And take off. Yes, go. I'm live. She wants to meet him and everything, and basically become a hero like he does. Want to know how he does what he does. So she finally, in the comic book, she finally gets to meet him and Batman. But she is spoiler alert, she's from another Earth. And like Superman, her parents send her to this Earth, to another world, to escape eradication from this. I forgot the villain's name, but he basically destroyed her world. So he tracks her to our Earth, and Superman couldn't necessarily help her, but he gave her encouragement, like words to go by, words to fight with, and like become your hero and everything. So she ends up standing up and fighting this villain. She also discovers that she had another escapee from her home world who kind of helps coaches her and trains her in the ways of a hero and tells her about her Earth, her parents, and whatnot.
And if you see here on the comic book, on the cover here, you see like little screens connected by these red sort of web lines all around her. So in the comic, like we just saw in the show, they show like you'll see like what she sees on her phone, or like her laptop screen, or her text messages, or emails, whatever. So it's like a high tech sort of modern take on storytelling. And this is, I guess it's like a mystery, because it says the biggest new mystery in the DC universe begins here. So I guess she's like a detective of sorts.
Not really.
No.
She
Investigative journalist or something.
Yeah, I would say more investigative journalist.
Okay.
Collecting facts and stuff. But the first, Brian Michael Bendis said there will be another run. It hadn't happened yet, but she has guest starred in the Justice League comic books and Superman's Action Comics. So if anybody reading or watching this now or later, you can find Naomi's adventure in graphic novel form right now and read all 6 issues.
Hell yeah. It's very, like, I've heard a lot about it. Like I heard a lot about it. A lot of people ask me for it when I'm, on Instagram selling comics. You got Naomi. So I know it's hot.
I do have a number 4 that I'm selling. So
okay.
So if anybody asks you about it, like tell them to hit a brother up.
I will do that. Absolutely.
Still trying to find a number 1 to sell. That's kind of like Shuri is Black Panther, so there's gonna be like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure what's happening, but let me look at YouTube real quick. Okay. I don't know. Well, Howard Johnson said, "Oh, come on," and then Lito's Way said SMH, and then Lito's Way said YouTube hate. So I wonder if when we were watching the trailer, if they did something. If anybody in the chat, let me know why you guys are saying that, because we're not aware of any issues. So you said YouTube's hating. That means I'm thinking maybe they
probably blocked the
trailer or something like that.
We don't know. Why? For what? What would be the reason to block it?
I can tell you because it could be because we're live, but I don't know, because you can definitely go all over YouTube and see these trailers everywhere. So there's really no reason for them to. But This DJ Tiger had the same issues playing certain music.
Oh, YouTube hated on yeah.
But that's why I assume that that's what he means. But yeah, Lito, if you let me know why you said that. We just want to make sure that there's no technical issues. But yeah, man, that was a great show, guys. I had a lot of fun. DC Days definitely a success. We had a great group in the live stream.
Yeah.
People definitely chiming in and checking it out. So guys, every Saturday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5:30 Central Time, or 3:30 Pacific Time, right here on Sixth Element of Hip Hop.
Don't forget. Don't forget. Next time we gotta bust it up about the Green Lantern, the upcoming Green Lantern series.
That's gonna be great. That's
coming out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell everybody I got my first appearance at Kilowog because they have confirmed that Kilowog will be in this series and be a major role player.
That's right.
So
that's right.
Yeah, get your first appearance at Kilowog while you can, because once it hits,
that's gonna be that's gonna be one you're gonna wish you bought while you could afford it.
And Chick-fil-A logos say "Eat more chicken, read more comics." People,
yes, definitely
buy more comics. Buy from Reno and myself.
Yeah, buy
and
from
your local comic book store, but from Reno and myself.
Yeah, your virtual comic book store. Yeah, come to their virtual comic book store.
Hey, tell them where they can find you on Instagram.
You can find me on Instagram at Spadeonomics Comics, Twitter, the same handle, Spadeonomics Comics, YouTube, channel 1Ace7.
That's what's up. And Stu Dog, you are going to be on Instagram. Well, you're on Instagram, but you're going to download it to your phone soon so we can communicate, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right.
Hey, everybody in the chat, stay on Stu. Tell him to, get on his Instagram.
Just gonna stay. Get on him.
Get on me. All right, but I got you. I'm gonna hook my Instagram all the way up.
Cause we've
been
waiting on it, man. We waiting, Invaded Brothers. We want to see, the cool stuff you got.
I'm gonna get it popping.
Yeah, we be in there heavy.
I'm gonna get it popping for y'all. I'm gonna get it popping for y'all. I'm gonna get it popping.
All right, man. And yeah, you guys can find me on Instagram at 6th_element_comics, and we will be, selling live all the time, doing live Instagram, live claims sales and all of that. So it's a lot of fun. Come check us out. We have fun. We get in there and chop it up and bust it up and clown around and have a good time while we showing the books. And so it's always fun.
For sure.
Again, check us out. Well, check us out this Monday first. Monday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Hip Hop and Comics. Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Indie Hip Hop and Comics. And Saturday, 6:30 p.m. for DC Day. We will be back.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace.